brief little flower coming at you from my beloved cousin's private, safe, and sanctuary, Lawrence Estate. So, hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Are you guys behave? Are we fighting the good fight? Are we being ethical in all of our ways? Because if you've been a little lost in the stray, it's never too late to hit reset. Get back on track with it already. And rededicate yourself to serving the light, for the truth shall set you free. And then this particular video, there's so many things I want to say because, of course, if you've been tuned into my story, then you realize that I've been a heavily targeted individual on and off for 25 years. And then, onset of the pandemic, I have been targeted heavily ever since by those close to me. When I say that, I mean by bloodline as well. Particularly Houston, Texas. Particularly Marcela Maria Kameski. And particularly Barbara Christine Niles Regali, my ex-monster-in-law. What's up? How are you, crusty cunt? Who's slathering that pussy these days? Barbara, you spend way too much time trying to gatekeep my pussy. What's the matter with you? Can't you just go on with your decrepit little life and stop stealing from me already? That woman has been stealing my inheritance, living in my house or doing, I don't know what they do to my house, but they're not only spiritual squatters that have learned how to harvest energy and the 5D in wield for their own purposes. They're practicing satanic worshipers, witches, if you will, like Broomhilda, the Broomhilda kind. Cause the dark witches are the Broomhilda kind, okay? And then they're just so fucked up. They're back in Houston, not to mention, Dawn Snake Renee Barber, who actually had been a dyke, who really was so jealous of me, and she was harvesting my energy too. I just thought she was just a homely little pug, kind of like a pug puppy. It's like, he's cute, because it's a... She managed to, get it on behind my back with my ex-husband. They promised that exes and friends were off limits, and they turned around and just betrayed me. I mean, to the point to where it was just like, just gross. Here, sit down between us on my birthday so they could play footsie behind my back. They're, y'all are skanks, whatever. So yes, the bloodline back in Houston has been targeting me amongst others. Bitch, I know it all. So, but, that aside, whatever. Yes, I've been heavily targeted for the past, since the pandemic, prolifically. And, well, let's just say that these particular psychos have been trying to gatekeep my coochie cat. My pussy. They want to control who can come sniff it. They want to control who can come near it. First off, I'm just not like a wanton. What do you think? It's true though, it's true. She's very selective. But these assholes, anything that may come up with expressing an interest in me, they're like, no you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. They're like, you're thinking about her, aren't you? If you think about her, you're probably thinking about her pussy. You can't go near her pussy. Nobody ever comes back alive not wanting more of it. We'll never see you again. Meanwhile, I'd rather just stay celibate, because the thing about sexual intercourse, when it comes to these satanic, ritualistic, black magic death practitioners, is that sex is a way for them to harvest your prana, to harvest your electromagnetism, to harvest your energy, and then they take it and they wield it for their own purposes, which usually, is for them to gain wealth or whatever they do with it. But I know it's usually through acts of sexual intercourse and even through oral play. So just because you might be like, yeah, I'll make out with you, but I'm not going to let you penetrate me, but you can go down on me. No, they can still do that, honey. It's just best just to stay celibate altogether. So, but those bitches back over in Houston, yeah, they trying to gatekeep my pussy these days. Meanwhile, while they're all thinking they isolated me, really, I'm a voracious learner. I love to learn. So, whatever. I make the best of every situation. And meanwhile, those assholes back in Houston have been proliferating the slandering machine, because, that old crusty cunt, Barbara, she's been FEMA's boo thing for quite some time. So, FEMA spearheads the gang stalking, which is propagated through private surveillance companies, InfraGard and Citizen Corps. So look it up on targetedjustice.com. Educate yourselves there with what's really going on with the targeting of the individual through gang stalking, which is a heritage of Nazi manifestation that is the godchild of Dr. Mengele. It's like, when you think Dr. Mengele, you should think Hitler, okay? Except if Hitler was like inside a operating room, just coming up with whack job so-called scientific studies, that's Dr. Mengele. Probably would have been the dude that held Hitler's dick whenever Hitler would go out in parade, be like, this is my guy. Yeah, that's Dr. Mengele. Look him up. He's the Black Angel of Death. These are items of historical facts that everybody should know in this day and age and in this era, that it should be common household knowledge. It's like everybody knows what a Coca-Cola is, right? It's like, I'm going to go to the refrigerator, grab me a Coke, even though you end up with the Dr. Pepper flavored cherry soda pop. That's household knowledge. These things I'm speaking of should be household knowledge to everybody. And if it's not, today's a good day to get your reckoning started, because it matters. I mean, George Orwell had a really wonderful thing going with teaching us and what to expect with Big Brother. But really, in the grand scheme of things, that's just pre-K. And I explained that in another video. But back to these wicked tarts trying to gatekeep my pussy, because they have this vested interest in me not ever finding romance, me not ever finding love. I'm like, bitch, look, I got two hands. Romance A, romance B. If I want, I'm good. These gatekeepers even tried to control my pussy when I was at the Everett Gospel Mission. They bounced my ass. So I can explain that in some other videos, whatever. It was very much gang stalking related to targeting of the individual related. Even those bitches tried to gatekeep my pussy. I had a very beautiful pink dildo, and they kept it from me. Gave me most of my stuff, but did not give me my dildo back. I'm like, really? Okay. Like I've said in my other video, I hope it brought you as much fun as it did me, because it was very special, even though I really think it was hacked. whatever. It was amazing. So, there's always a sex shop. There's always dildos. I will be fine in the, satisfaction department of my sexual prowess. So these bitches can try and gatekeep my pussy forever. Who cares? Your life should be more involved than thinking about who has access to my pussy or not. Because if that's what your life has become, I shouldn't have that much control over you. I don't even want that kind of control over you. I'm not like you bitches. I don't need to control others. And in fact, you should be learning how to control yourselves. Learn some self-mastery there. And, get your own life together and leave mine alone already. These bitches, it wasn't just enough for them to steal my inheritance and to steal my house that was left to me. Now they still trying to gate control my pussy. But, that's what makes them psychotic. But whatever, I digress. So, but with regards to any of these possible kingdom spouses that I've been seeing up in the ethers, so far, every one of them have fumbled themselves from me. And I'll make another video about that another time. But, this is me as a heavily targeted individual. I'm like, it was one thing to be harvesting me and for my energy, but the outlaying sidebars and caveats of these stories that intertwine back to where the roads lead to me are just beyond bananas. Hey, if anybody's ever known me, I've always said my life is like so effing sci-fi. It is so effing sci-fi. It's like beyond... It's beyond measure, seriously. But I'll start outlining it. But, I'm just all thinking about these possible kingdom spouses. First off, for all of you witches out there, hello, Broomhildas. Oh, I'll make honorary mentions of you guys soon enough. Again, y'all should be more involved in pursuing your own happiness rather than trying to plagiarize me, rather than trying to copycat me. I'm like, okay. It's cute, it's really cute, but you're just going to spin your wheels in place and then you're going to burn out your own motor because everybody's going to see how fake as fuck y'all have been. You can't control me and you can't copycat my energy. It's my je ne sais quoi. And honestly, you all would have your own if you would cultivate your own individualistic persona rather than trying to copy paste yours onto somebody else's template. It doesn't work that way, honey. It's cute. It's cute. It really is. But whatever. It's like, I'm going to take this from Austria 5D. In one of her videos, it was like the antagonist in her reading was portrayed as chipmunks. And I got all these damn chipmunks riding up my anus trying to vie for whatever scraps they can get from my life. I mean, if it's coming sideways at me, just to trigger the fucking jackpot machine to leak out some fucking blood coin. They're gonna do it. Oh my God, talk about scavengers. They're fucking chipmunk scavengers, but whatever. And then so these antagonists have a vested interest in gatekeeping my pussy. So anybody who might decide that they have a interest in me as a person or as a romantic interest, these witches, tarts, Broomhildas come up with these crazy ass schemes, plots, and plans to divert some man coming towards me, and I've seen this in the ethers and I'm all like, okay, first off, number one, thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you to all the Broomhildas out in the world, because it's like this. I'm an empress. I'm a hierophant. And I am a magician and master manifester. I know it doesn't look like it right now to most eyes, but it's there. Ask the bitches who have stolen my inheritance. There you go, manifesting. They're still trying to hide it from me. Whatever. And then but here's the deal, is that whatever divine counterpart that I end up with has got to be a strong man. It's got to be able to stand up against temptation, because do you know how many harlots tried to get at my man, whatever man I've had, just to say, I fucked your man. I'm all like, okay. Well, thank you for proving that he's a skate. Next, please. So what they do actually is provide a community service for us true empresses, because a true empress would never vie for a man's attention. If they want to give it, sure. If not, okay. On to the next, no biggie. And then so what these Broomhildas end up doing is offering the temptation. I mean, Broomhildas, yeah, I gotta admit, you guys are some 3D babes. I mean, more power to you. It's just too bad you were not in control of your own person, that you have to go and copycat other people instead of investing in your own avatar. Y'all are too insecure. Stop it. Nobody can do you like you, but for some reason, you don't even think well enough of your own persona that you have to try and copycat other people's persona. And that just makes you look like second-rate cheesy tarts. But what they end up doing is that, in the 3D, for these guys that are led by their dick, you know, I have my dick, where can I stick it in kind of dude, right? Bitch, you weed out all the weak ones from my life, so thank you. What I need in a possible kingdom spouse, divine counterpart, is somebody that's going to stand the test of time, where I can shower with my love and attention and adoration as my king. You know, and just fawn over that person, you know, because when I'm with somebody, I'm with somebody. And I get a lot of attention from other men that I never flaunt it in front of whoever I'm with. I just pretend I never notice it, even though I do. I just never pursue it, especially. And I do not come sideways at another woman's man for shit. Because I happen to respect women. I'm there to help elevate other women, not come sideways at a sister. That has never been my forte. So when it comes to other women that do that to others, first of all, y'all just put yourself in the category of piece of shit. Instead of lifting up other women, you're busy trying to knock them off their square, which makes you a liability to the genetic feminine wiles of what femininity should be, which is nurturing and uplifting. So you deal with your karma your own way. Who cares? But the thing is that in a world of symbiosis, that negative character trait of yours actually helps weed out the weakest fuck from the true empress women of the world. Because what we get left with is the one that can withstand Broomhilda, who looks like a babe on the outside, but on the inside is nothing more than, you know, Pinhead of Hellraiser. Seriously. So thank you for, you know, doing y'all's things and knocking out the possible kingdom spouses. What you did was dupe them from a really awesome babe here, because what you guys have been doing is judging me on the hovel that all of this targeting of the individual has railroaded me into. I can't go out and get a job out in the world, because the moment I step into a place of employment, you fucktards that are selling out America by behaving in your psycho stage theater, that are behaving in your psycho dialogues, fake as fuck bullshit to needle your target. You are what's wrong with you are what is wrong with America. I'll just keep it there for now. You guys would be blowing me up a new asshole. I'm not going to position myself to be a punching bag for your crimes against humanity. And I'm not going to position myself for more psychological torment and abuse. That's insane. So, but meanwhile, these tarts that actually tempt and, possible divine counterparts, really, thank you. Because honestly, at the end of the day, I got a whole vending machine full of them. Once I figure it out in the ethers and then get a lock-in on that stream of consciousness, I just like, next. Thank you for proving he's unworthy. Next. Thank you for proving he's unworthy. Next. Thank you for proving he's unworthy. Because right now, I'm not even operating at full mast. Everything that I've ever had has been usurped from my life. My career as a paramedic. First off, I'm altruistic. Second off, I'm an ethical paramedic. And third off, I had my own fucking career and my own thing going before these fucking sellouts of targeting individuals who are in it for their own fucking sake, because go ahead, shake the jackpot machine and squeeze it for some of these blood coins to come dripping out. That's what they do. So I had my own thing going on, and had I been left to my own wiles, I probably would have been a rock star already, because I've been working on my music. I gathered all of my hardware to start producing my own music. I'd already been an amateur performing fire spinning artist, and then on top of that, I'd already been a belly dancer on the down low that can actually roll her belly, which I haven't even exposed yet. So all of you tarts out in the world that have come sideways at other women just so you can skank your way to getting another buck out of somebody because you're doing it on the down low, you are what is wrong with America. You need to get your head up out of your ass and start getting right on your track, because everything that you've ever done to a targeted individual will come up to bite you in the form of karma. But, especially if you call yourself a Christian, need I say more? But nonetheless, thank you to Broomhildas of the world. I've got a whole vending machine of possible divine counterparts. Just because you can see it in the ethers does not mean it can come true. It just means here's a timeline that's possible for you. And then, on top of that, there is such a thing as free will. So whenever a man fumbles himself out of being a possible king spouse to me, I'm just like, fuck. I honestly grieve that. I grieve it, but once I grieve it, I move on. I mean, like, hey, Abba, let's hit me up with a new possible divine counterpart. See what this one's made of. But for everybody that's too invested in what's going on in my life, you need to focus in on your life. You need to focus in on how to improve your own persona. You need to focus in on how not to hustle your dollar, because when you hustle the dollar, what you're saying to God is, you're not my provider. What you're saying to God is, fuck you, I'm going to hop over here, put my soul in eternal damnation, and then use deceit to hustle a buck. That's eternal net damnation. You might want to get right with your soul for that. Because honestly, I forgive you guys that do it. I don't hate any of you, but I do wash my hands of each of you, turn you over to the Most High, pray His perfect will, and full love and endorsement with karma. And a segment, I soup it up with 100,000-fold, and for you Broomhildas of the world, I pile on 10,000 scoops of extra graveyard gravy. That as long as it is within the perfect will of God and God's judgment, and within the judgment of karma. Because whatever they decide, I can go with. But until then, my ancestors will take a good Rochambeau for each of you, which is, kick you in the nads there. Because how dare anybody take slander as their own religion instead of doing their own discernment and own assessment? Because, the government that passed out the smallpox blankets and the Oregon Trail of Tears, they're still there. They're the ones spearheading the treason. that dupes you into selling out your soul. So, does a sinner know what eternal damnation looks like? Because this is a Nazi heritage, far be it for your food to teach the targeting of the individual executioners of Auschwitz, their history, but you're welcome, I did. So, but at any rate, thank you, Broomhildas, for canceling out any divine possible counterpart. And for you bitches back in Houston, you really need to mind your own fool-ass business. Because you all are busted. You're not going to get a piece of my inheritance anymore. It's all coming back to me, including my house, because you guys have shown your own greedy, mercilessly indignant scumbag tripe of America soul. I mean, y'all are all psychos over there. You all are psychos making slander your fucking religion and then duping everybody into believing it. And you know what? For all of the people that buy into the lies, what's the matter with you? You all will be accountable for your own discernment. Because never mind that Broomhilda lied to you with her legs open. If you bought that, you deserve your part in hell as losing everything and losing your life and enjoying your own 5G of the Zetzer sun, just like I did, because when I ended up in it, it wasn't merited, but when you put yourself there, you bought yourself into it for a little the JJ or some of that blood coin that you sniveled and groveled for. That's on you guys, but I got me a whole vending machine of possible divine counterparts. So thank you, Broomhildas of the world, for canceling them out. You weeded out the weak ones. And then for all of you others that are so invested in my fucking romance life, you'll need to start thinking about who gets access to my pussy. It doesn't look good on anybody.